Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk very briefly about how to clear crystals, your crystals at home or in your therapy room, just using simple things like incense and a candle. We don't always need to wash our crystals. Sometimes it's a good idea to use other things, and I love to experiment. So here's some simple tips for you to use at home, and we also are learning how to adapt today. So my favourite way, one of my favourite ways of clearing crystal, and especially when I'm teaching people, is using incense. This can be any type of incense, and we will place the crystal into the smoke of the incense and you'll see it clear. Now normally, under normal circumstances, we have a nice long wooden holder where the incense would fit in, and it would be at an angle like this. However, I'm working from my therapy room today. I have two of those holders, cannot find one of them. So things go missing and come back when you're working with crystals, as I'm sure many of you know. But I think it's because I'm going to be able to show you how you adapt. You do not have to have the perfect thing at home to look after your crystals. We learn to adapt. So I just had this old candle wax holder, and I just placed my incense. So it's just an normal incense stick. It can be any incense stick, and I placed it into the wax. Now what you would do with this is you just get one of your favourite crystals that needs clearing, especially if you've been using it, and all you need to do is place it in the essence smoke, and you will see straight away how the smoke goes around the crystal, and as soon as it's cleared, it actually moves away. So you may be able to see that on the video. So it's going around it. I deliberately didn't clear this one today, and you see how it's clearing, and in a moment, as soon as it's clear, the smoke moves away. Hopefully you saw that. Try that at home. There's nothing magical, mystical about it. This is just practical. Some crystals do not like water, and so things like selenite, it would melt in water. So this is really wonderful, because to place selenite into incense like this, and again you can probably see the smoke of the incense clearing it, and as soon as it's finished, it moves away. Calcite would be another one to use in incense like this, and you can use any incense. Now you could always use a sage stick. I'm deliberately not trying to light the sage stick today because it just wouldn't light earlier. They take a while, and you do the same thing. You could just light your sage stick, hold it, be careful you're not burning yourself, hold it over a holder or a plate, and you would do the same thing. The sage is wonderful, it clears everything. Very often I use sage, burning sage, and I keep it over where my crystals are, and it seems to cover them all. Now there's another magical way, especially if you're a fire person. You could get a candle, and you could just be very careful. You take a crystal. Now I'm using a tektite here. This is not from this planet, obviously, it's from a meteorite. And you could just literally take it through the candle flame very easily, and that will clear your crystal. I always think that that's burning the crystals. It isn't. They like it. Just that I don't like it because I don't like using fire. I always think it's burning them. But the darker crystals like that. But you can use any of your crystals, and they all have a different time for them to be cleared. Some clear instantly, and some of them, if they've been working really hard, it takes longer. You can use any type of incense. This was just simple incense like this. You could use thicker incense like this. I have my beautiful incense that I got from Japan, very dainty, I decided this was better today to show you. So you adapt, okay? Don't think you can't clear your crystals this way if you haven't got the exact things. Adapt. Everybody has a candle. Just be very careful you don't burn your fingers. And I'm going to show you, I have my lovely, lovely jade, and I thought you'd like to see this. In placing it into the incense and to just see how that incense smoke goes around. It's beautiful. Clears it. And then as soon as it's finished, it just moves away. I wouldn't put my jade through the flame because I love my jade. And I also have another thing, the rose quartz. I wouldn't put the rose quartz through the flames either because I love rose quartz. And that fire is vicious. But a lot of people like using the fire and of course the sage. Use whatever you can. I hope you've enjoyed those little tips today. Just showing you that you can adapt and use anything to look after and clear your crystals. Don't make excuses, use them, let them be part of your life and use whatever you have available. That's the best way to work with your crystals. They are a lifestyle. Thank you for listening to my tips. Really look forward to sharing more with you. And remember, love your crystals and love yourself because you are